For my YouTube frogs out there, you guys may not have known this, but because since we haven't made a video on it specifically, but a little wrap up for the midterms at the moment, things aren't looking too good for the Republicans. All right. And that's a sentence I always wake up and feel happy to hear. No matter what's really going on in my life, if I'm able to say that the Republicans' lives are worse, that's a good day for not only the country, but for the entire planet, and maybe even the solar system. I'm not necessarily sure yet. I'm still waiting to hear back from them. With that being said, they're having a lot of struggles. As much as they wanted this year to be a red wave year where they completely take over the Senate and completely wash the House, it may not be that simple. If we just take a quick look here at 538, we all love Nate Silver, isn't that right? Let's take a look here really quick at Democrats' likelihood of winning the Senate. Maintaining the Senate and actually growing their seat majority in the Senate. They have a 62 to 38% chance to win, which is pretty good. And the reason is because a couple of seats in which the Republicans wanted to take are not going their way much at all. Arizona looks like it's going to be pretty in the bag for Mark Kelly to win his seat again. Catherine Cortez Masto, it's very good for her. It's looking very good for her to win her seat. Well, I don't want to say very good, but it's looking good for her to win her seat as well. Wisconsin, unfortunately, it's a little bit of an up in the air, but we're going to have to see how that goes. Moving further along, Wisconsin is set at the moment to re-elect him, unfortunately. North Carolina, it's a very, very close race between Cherry Beasley and Ted Budd, cringe-ass Ted Budd. But one of the most important things that we're going to be looking at today is the Pennsylvania race, where things aren't looking too good for our good friend Dr.Oz. All right? But yeah, Pennsylvania is the one that we're going to be talking about today because it's quite interesting. All right, a couple of things on this. So for one, Dr.Oz, who was a quack TV doctor, who spent his time capping for a corporation that gave him the most amount of money as possible to advertise to his audience of geriatrics. He's basically literally as close as you can possibly get in the United States to a snake oil salesman. And he decided that he was going to move from New Jersey, because that's way more Democrat, to Pennsylvania, where he has a bigger chance of making it to the Senate. Now, everybody remembers Mehmet Oz's political campaign, especially moving into the primary season when he was up against his political opponent, who many people say had a better chance of being John Fetterman than he did. It was an incredibly close race, down to only a couple of thousand votes that we've seen that happen a couple of times here in Pennsylvania. But Oz came out on top, and he came out on top with the likely or unlikely, however you want to call it, with the help of Donald Trump. Okay, so I want to show you something really quick. I want to show you two really interesting little articles from this little thing. Okay, so Dr.Oz was a Trump endorsed candidate, specifically Trump endorsed. Trump loved the guy, as he said. He said he'd be the best thing for Pennsylvania that they could get. And on his website and during the primary season, not only did he say that Trump endorsed him, at all the times he was like standing literally behind Trump, like he's sniffing Trump's farts. He's all up in there. Okay. He loved him some Trump, and he thought that Trump was going to catapult him to victory. And in some ways it did. The only problem is Oz is a rat. And like rats, he always jumps from a sinking ship. And since Trump at the moment seems to be a bit of a sinking ship when it comes to his approval rating, when it comes to him being able to win general elections, Oz actually dropped him. Oz just dropped Trump, all Trump branding. He dropped all Trump like mentions in his entire campaign when he pivoted to the general election. Once he finally won, just gone, poof, like he never even existed. And Donald Trump even, not only he never even existed, but almost like he never really cared in the first place. And Donald Trump even came out to say that the only reason he backed Oz was because Oz said that he didn't look morbidly obese and that he was like moments from death. That's literally the only reason why he backed Oz. No policy positions, no nothing, right? So even the Trump crowd didn't care about him much. All right. He said, the only reason I backed Oz for the Senate seat is because he called me a healthy specimen, which is an incredibly curious way to say that somebody looks healthy. He said, if you lost a couple of pounds, that would be okay too. You can lose a couple of pounds, but can't we all, Mr. President? Anyways, you look good. You're all right. You look all right. So he's like, "Ooh, he said I didn't look like I'm about to die. You get my endorsement." And that's literally it. The rabid narcissist that Trump is, and Oz ate it up and it helped him. But the second that he was no longer beneficial to him, he dropped him. So clicking on Pennsylvania here, we're able to take a closer look at what the odds for Fetterman and Oz are looking like. And obviously it's still looking pretty grim for Oz, and it seems like as the days go along, it's only looking more and more grim for him. This is just 538's estimated vote. And so we can take a look at how some of the polls are shaking up these days. So back in June, Fetterman had a 6-point lead. These days, Fetterman is sporting a 14 to 11 point lead over Oz, which is not good. Okay, if you really want to win a race, being 11 points down is not looking good for you. Okay, so it seems not only he was dropped by Trump, and it seems like he's also being dropped by the Pennsylvania voters, but the last person who he thought was going to have his back has dropped him recently because the GOP's advertising wing for primaries and general elections just dropped his campaign too. Senate GOP campaign arm slashes TV ad buys in 3 states. So if this doesn't tell you that the Republicans, especially on the Senate level, are kind of crumbling, I don't tell you what is. All right, they're struggling so much to win, to get money to run their ads that they are having to drop. They're having to like tighten up their belts, and some people are getting dropped so they can give more money to other races. And Oz's race looks so bad that he's been one to get dropped. Okay. The Republican Senate Campaign Committee has slashed its television and ad reservations in 3 critical battleground states for fall, basically locking this in the bag for Democrats. Okay. They cut more than $5 million from Pennsylvania, including its reservations in Philadelphia media market, according to 2 media tracking sources. Reservations in Wisconsin, in the Madison Green Bay area, have also been curtailed by more than $2 million. And in Arizona, all reservations after September 30th have been cut in Phoenix and Tucson. That is so sad. The state's only 2 major media markets, amounting for roughly $2 million. So far, around $10 million have been canceled as of midday Monday, though more changes to the fall reservations were in progress. The states where where ad reservations have been canceled are home to 3 of the nation's most competitive Senate races. So because they're not able to raise the funds that they think that they were going to, so the people running against the Democrats in Arizona, those Republicans aren't able to shore up enough money for themselves that the RNC can't foot the bill. Oz can't get enough fundraising to be able to keep his ad placements, and as well as, what was the other one? Wisconsin. It seems like what was his name? Not Bud. What was his name? I already forgot this guy's name. Who's running in Wisconsin? The incumbent, Republican incumbent, what's his name? Johnson, Ron Johnson's. Yeah, the guy who's named after a penis. That guy, PP man. Yeah, him. He also struggling when it comes to ads, even though it seems like he's in the lead at the moment when it comes to polling numbers. But we'll see how long that'll keep up, especially since he's getting all of his ads cut. In place of places like Georgia, where they're trying to unseat Raphael Warnock, and as well in trying to keep Ted Budd's seat in North Carolina. It seemed like they've kind of given up on tight races, and it seems like they've basically, this is an admission that they've given up on trying to take the Senate at all, which I have to tell you is very funny. Mr. Hartline added that the committee had been spending earlier than ever before to help candidates get their message out and define the Democrats as for the radical agenda. We've been creative in how we're spending money, and will continue to make every dollar spent by the Republican ad arm count in the most effective way possible. And so you know what that means by the most effective way? That they're dropping loser candidates. And it seems like these are the boys who got cut. How sad. And even John Fetterman's hopping in on it to dunk on Oz's dying and honestly maybe even dead campaign. Ooh, crudité. Tasty crudité. So tasty. I love it. Boy's getting clowned on. It's very sad. It's very sad. I love Fetterman. He knows how to make a meme. Okay. No matter what you think of Fetterman knows how to make a meme. All right. But if you thought we were done, boy, we ain't done yet. Listen, If you don't think that the ad cut for Oz is going to not affect him that much, let me tell you, okay? Because these are the sort of like junior animator ads that Oz has to put out after the RNC has cut his gravy train, okay? Just take a look at this really quick. As you can see, Dr. Oz political ad. This is the best he's got. This is the best he's got.
Now that John Fetterman claims to be recovering, let's pull back his hoodie and examine what's in his head.
What the hell?
Looks like he has some screws loose. What's this? Fetterman was...
Sheesh! My man keeps a whole bong in there? Looks like Fetterman's got a couple of screws loose. What are these cartoon sound effects and shit going on? Oh no, he be smoking the weed, not out of the psychedelic bong. Fetterman, no!
Yeah, Dark Fetterman, he's here.
Fetterman wants to release 1/3 of all prisoners. That's crazy! Spend more tax dollars, everything will cost more. That's nuts. Slow energy production, gas prices will skyrocket. That's ridiculous. Socialized medicine? Where do you get these crazy ideas? Now it makes sense.
Honestly, that's the best Bernie impression I've ever heard in my entire life. Why do they have to make him talk like what? This is what he's talking like how I hear Psychonauts characters speak from like a distance, you know? It's very odd, very strange. He sounds like a rabbit. Yeah, they made him, they like just deepened a rabbit. This is crazy boomer humor. Father, how do I swipe book? It's that type of humor that's going on right now. They're not even saying anything. They're just like, he wants to do things? That's crazy. That's wild. What?
Close it up. John Fetterman is crazier than you think.
Real ad, okay? That's the best he's got these days. It's not looking too good. And on Newsmax too, not even like a real site, it's just fucking Newsmax. How many Pennsylvania voters do you think watch Newsmax to be able to even see that ad in the first place? Freaky Fetterman. Wait a second, that makes him sound like that makes him sound much different. I don't know. Joking John, but his policies are no laughing matter. Wow, honk honk. Nice one. Good one, boyo. You love to see it. But yeah, that's what we're working on at the moment. That's what it's looking like when they have to cut their ads. It seems like they gotta cut pretty deep. They're tightening their belts. Okay, I hope the staff is at least getting paid these days, because it seems like money may be a little tight and nobody kind of likes to donate. So yeah, you know how it is. It's very sad, very sad. Yeah, foolish Fetterman. Eggs, $4. Bananas, $2. $2? Chicken, $9. Crudité, $3,600. Milk, $5. Someone who's good at grocery shopping, please help me budget this. My wife keeps yelling at me. Please, my family is dying. How are we supposed to? My shit. Please. What is the crudité meme? Oh, here you go. So here's the crudité meme, okay? So early in his campaigning season, Dr. Oz made a anti-Joe Biden video by saying that everything's expensive in Biden's America, and he tried to relate to the normal people by saying that his wife sent him out to the grocery store to make crudité, which I'm pretty sure is like charcuterie. It's just like a board of vegetables. So he could have just said my a coup d'etat. Yeah, a coup d'etat. Yeah, it's a fancy people word for veggie tray. It's literally just like a little like veggie snacks. That's what it is. All right. But yeah, he went to this grocery store. It's called Wegner's. And they said, we repeatedly told Oz that we had pre-made veggie trays. Excuse me, crudité. And the deli starting at $5.99, $7.99 with guacamole. Ooh, they got guacamole for only $8? Ooh. Wait, I don't think this is it. Yeah, here's the ad that he put out or whatever. Anti-Biden.
I do some grocery shopping. I'm at Wegner's, and my wife
Wegner's
wants some vegetables for crudité, right? So here's a broccoli.
Yeah.
And my wife wants some vegetables for crudité, right? So
crudité.
broccoli, that's $2. Not a ton of broccoli there. There's some asparagus, that's $4. Yep. Carrots, that's $4 more. That's $10 of vegetables there, and then we need.
I need a simple tray. I need a simple tray of vegetables. Let me grab the biggest fucking asparagus like stick I can get. Let me grab 10 pounds worth of. Let me grab the amount of carrots that would be able to feed a small herd of rabbits. Normal, very normal.
Need some guacamole. That's $4 more.
Not even going to go get an actual avocado. Just going to get pre-made. Wegmans isn't a real place. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, my bad. You're right. I'm sorry. I made a meme. I made a bad meme. Okay. I'm sorry. You're right. You got me. Because like this was the meme because Wegner's isn't a real store. So he was like, I'm at Wegner's, but that doesn't exist.
I do some grocery shopping. I'm at Wegner's, and my wife wants some vegetables.
So Wegner's isn't real. Yeah, it's Wegmans. Thank you. Yeah, he's like, I'm at Wegner's. So what he means is Wegmans. Here, let me see if I can show you. I'm trying not to give away my personal information. Here you go. Yeah, it's like, so this is what he means. He wants to go to Wegmans, but instead he said Wegner's, which isn't real. But you know, it's just like stacking onto you don't live around here, and he's just here to get some easy Republican points, which is funny.
For crudité, we need some guacamole. That's $4 more. And she loves salsa. Yeah, salsa there. $6. Must be a shortage of.
Wait, not Wegmans? Does he mean Wiseman's? Listen, I'm never in I've never driven in well, my bad. Wisman? I've been in Pennsylvania once, and that was to drive through because I was trying to get to New York and I took a wrong path. And so instead of going through New Jersey, I went through Pennsylvania. Yeah, Wignat. That's what we meant to say. Anyways.
Salsa. Guys, that's $20 for crudité, and this doesn't include the tequila. I mean,
tequila?
It's outrageous. And we got Joe Biden to thank for this.
Thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you, Joe Biden. I can't even get my wife. The multimillionaire can barely even buy his wife crudité these days. It's an incredible world we live in. It's very sad. Thank you. Oh, wait a second. Look, he didn't even say the real price for salsa. So this is the fresh salsa, but it's sitting right next to fresh bruschetta. And then he said it was $5.99, but that wasn't the salsa that he picked up. It wasn't, sorry, but that's not the price for the salsa. That's the price for the bruschetta, which is completely different. He doesn't know how to shop. He can't shop like a normal human being. He can't do it. He actually can't do it. It's incredible, honestly. What the fuck is bruschetta? Bruschetta is like little bread, and you slice and you toast it, and then you put little things on top. Have you ever seen the cute little like bread snacks where it's topped with like stuff? That's bruschetta. Little bread snack. I made them before in cooking class. Yeah, he didn't even get a basket or a cart. You know he put all that shit back. Yeah, these. Little bread snack. You drizzle on some like balsamic vinegar. It's like these. Little bread. It's pretty good. I mean, it's as good as you would imagine like tomatoes and bread to taste. So